Hey everybody, welcome back to the Her Sacred Place channel where we talk about all things related to your sacred place down here. We're going to continue our course on vaginal steaming and infections today. If you don't already, make sure to purchase your or not purchase, but just download your workbook to follow along with me in the videos as we finish up to the last two sections of the vaginal steaming and infections course. In this section, we're going to talk about the everyday things that causes vaginal imbalance or any kind of pH imbalance. And then in next Monday's episode, we're going to finish up with steaming for vaginal infections and how you should properly be steaming if you deal with any of the problems that we've talked about over these last couple weeks. So we'll go ahead and dive right on in. So the first thing that I wanted to point out to everyone that is a major cause of vaginal odor, vaginal infections, vaginal imbalance is hypersensitivity to hygiene sprays or perfumes. I had in yesterday and we were having this conversation, but your vagina should smell like a natural scent of yours. It's not how people think where you're supposed to be smelling like flowers and candy or roses or all of this thing, strawberries and things like that. It shouldn't be fishy. It shouldn't be um a mild odor or anything, but it is your unique scent for your sacred place. And everybody has their own unique scent. And depending on what type of diet you have, what you have may or may not have eaten recently, can alter that scent a bit. But it is going to be your scent that is unique to you. The use of feminine hygiene and sprays and things that have those chemicals in them or those artificial scents and things like that is not good for our sacred place. Majority of the time, whenever we use these products, we'll notice that our odor actually gets worse, or it gives us a yeast infection, or it gives us BV. A lot of the times women just don't realize that the use of these products over the use of these a lot of these products on the feminine healthcare aisle just aren't made for our sacred place. They're just not good products for us to use. Here at Her Sacred Place, we do have a full line of all natural, chemical free, sulfate free washes, paraben free soaps and washes and everything like that that shouldn't throw off your balance. But if you like if you find something that works for you and it may or may not be scented, please stick with the unscented items. But if you find something that works for you, I always tell women, use what works for you. If you want to, the link is in the description box of this video where you can purchase any of our products for your sacred place. So one of the main things that causes um vaginal imbalance is the use of perfumes or sprays that are meant to be for our feminine area, but they actually causes us problems. The next thing most women, and we talked about this in an early video, but most women deal with is they also use scented menstrual pads or scented tampons or scented toilet tissue. As a rule of thumb, just stay away from all scented problems when it comes down to our sacred place. Just use anything that's all natural, 100% cotton and unscented. I urge women, if you are having problems with different types of toilet tissue, to go ahead and purchase the Her Sacred Place feminine wipes. These wipes are good for anyone um who are who want to still feel clean after a bathroom break or after sex, but tend to get off balance. Maybe when they go to their boyfriend house and he has a different type of toilet tissue, or they're going on a family vacation and they're not sure what type of toilet tissue will be there. Definitely just grab you a pack of the feminine wipes and take that along with you because they are very mild wipe. When it comes to your menstrual products, stay away from the big box brands of the chemical infused. They're basically, you're just sitting on plastic for 4 to 5 days. And for those women of you with those really long periods that can go up to 10 days, you're sitting in plastic for 10 days with rayon, pesticides, and all kind of chemicals. If you want to learn more about that, click on this video right here, up here, and it's a video I did, I believe, on how tampons are ruining your vaginal health. And that video will give you more information about all of the things that you can find in your menstrual products that you may or may not know you be entering into your sacred place every month. So as a rule of thumb, definitely just stay away from scented menstrual products and scented toilet tissue altogether. I do carry a brand of all natural menstrual products, menstrual pads, I should say. I carry the Lamo Herbal brand. They're 100% cotton and they're infused with 5 herbs. The herbs are rose, petunia, mint, lavender, and aloe. So if you are allergic to any of those items, definitely don't purchase. But those are the 5 herbs, and you can purchase those from the website. And again, the link is in the description section of this video. The last, well, not the last, but another number 3 I want to talk about is the use of scented laundry detergents, bleach, fabric softeners, fabric dyes, anything that you use to wash your clothes with. Now, naturally, some women are panty liner wearers and some are not. Some women just don't like panty liners while others do. But if you notice that you're just feeling a lot of itching or off balance, maybe it is your laundry detergent or your laundry soap. While some of the big name brands out there smell very good, it's different if we use them for the shirt that we're putting on rather than when we use them where we're washing our underwear. Those chemicals or that fragrance can get into our underwear when we're using those fabric softener or that laundry detergent that just smells so good to us and can interfere with throwing off our pH balance or definitely irritation and itching down there. So if you notice that you're starting to feel off balance, usually when you first wash clothes, or you may have switched laundry detergents recently, or now you're trying to use fabric softeners when you didn't in the past, and you notice that now something is going on with your sacred place, definitely consider changing your laundry soap and going to a all natural, chemical free. There's some Tide, I think it's called Pure and Fresh. Gain has a Free and Clear or something like that. But there are options out there for you that aren't ridden with chemicals and fragrances or anything like that that can mess up our sacred place. So a lot of women don't pay attention to that their laundry soaps could be contributing to their vaginal problem, but that is an option. The fourth one, which we have already talked about before, is antibiotics. We know antibiotics kill off the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you can watch this video right here on that I did a few weeks ago, and it talks about how antibiotics basically kills off all of our good bacteria, so it allows the bad bacteria to proliferate when our flora is being established again, and it can offset and cause a yeast infection, or in some cases BV. But in most cases, women get yeast infections when they take antibiotics. Another thing that most women do, and I hope all of you guys don't just shower. Taking baths from time to time is just overall good for your mental stability, just to relax your mind and just soak in some hot or some warm water for 15 to 20 minutes is just very, very relaxing. I love taking baths. And when I do that with the Her Sacred Place of Vaginal Truffle. I'm not sure if you guys can see that in here, but our bath bombs are infused with our Detox herbal blend in it, so it doubles as a bath bomb and a herbal bath. And for those of you out there who are into bathing, bathing in herbs is good. It soothes the body, and then it's because it's infused with our herbs specifically made for vaginal steaming. You get the benefits of the herbs while you're taking a bath. But I say all of that to say some of your bathwater additives they may smell good and they may put off a good scent and all of these things, but it may be ridden with chemicals. or fragrances or artificial fragrances that may throw off the pH of our sacred place. So be careful whenever you are using some scented Epsom salt, or you're using a new bath bomb or bath ball or oils or anything, bubble bath, especially bubble bath. When you're using anything like that in your bath water, because a lot of women tell me, well, Quinta, I can't take baths because every time I take a bath, my pH gets thrown off and I get an infection. One of the main questions I ask them is, are you just taking a bath with nothing in it, or do you have an additive? Because if you do have an additive, what are you using? Because maybe that's what's throwing off your pH. Because just to relax, just clean bath water shouldn't do it. And of course, you can just bathe and soak in the bath water, but then after you have soaked for about 15 to 20 minutes and just relax in the bath water, when you wash, you can let the water out and wash to shower and not sit back in the water that you just bathed in, if that makes sense. If you need me to go into more detail about what I'm trying to say about properly bathing, just leave me a comment in the section. Leave me a comment in the comment section and we'll talk more about that. Or I'll do a little short video or maybe an Instagram post about that. By the way, if you're enjoying the information from this video so far, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. That'll let me know that you like the content that I'm giving. And if you hit the subscribe button, each and every time I upload a new video, you will be notified. So you'll know every Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. when the video uploads. In case you forgot, hey, here's your reminder that my new video has uploaded. And in between the week, I may post a little short video here or there, but you'll be notified. So let me know if you like it. And also, if you have any questions, definitely, like I said, leave them below in the comment section and we'll talk about it more. So as we go on to another thing that causes vaginal pH imbalance, we have to talk about spermicides, vaginal lubricants, creams, anything like that that you may or may not be using as a form of birth control. If you notice that you are having these problems after sex every time, then switch up the product that you're using. And they have a plethora of all natural oils and lubricants out there right now. Here at Her Sacred Place, I just opened up a new bottle because I actually use my yoni oil on my skin to make sure my skin is nice and moisturized. But we do have a yoni oil that can be used as a natural lubricant. So if you are having any dryness issues and want a nice all-natural lubricant, definitely consider purchasing the Her Sacred Place vaginal oil. But the use of those products can offset our pH and cause an imbalance. So if you notice that you're experiencing pH balances every time after sex and you use one of those products, such as spermicides, creams, suppositories, or anything like that, it may be important to discontinue use and switch to something else and talk to your medical professional about something that you could potentially use, because that may be contributing to your problems. Also, in the same category, we can't do that without talking about condoms. Certain condom brands may or may not throw off your vaginal pH. Again, if this happens after sex every time, maybe you may be using this big box brand and it possibly did do something, but then you switch to this brand. And even though they're both latex brands, it's just something different in the use of that condom that may or may not be throwing off your pH. So again, when it comes to this and you notice that after having sex every time you get yeast infection or you start to feel off balance, maybe consider changing the type of condoms that you use during sex and see if that helps. Along with that is contraceptive rings, such as the NuvaRing, diaphragms, IUDs. Those specific type of insertable birth controls sometimes have women off balance for the entire time that they're on those particular birth controls, such as the NuvaRing or the IUD or the diaphragms, things like that. A lot of my clients who have an IUD, I would say it is about maybe 85 to 90% of my clients with an IUD report some sort of issue since having that IUD. Sometimes they get it removed, sometimes they don't. However, I can say that they all feel like once they begin the steaming process and we put them on a steaming plan, that they no longer have those vaginal issues. I will say more when it comes to the IUD, that I have to steam my clients a certain type of way and put them on a certain steaming plan so that their problems can stay at bay. I can't typically steam them the way that I would do someone else, because it typically, it just, if they are constantly feeling off balance or getting BV or getting yeast infections ever since having an IUD put in, there's just certain things that we have to do to kind of keep that at bay. And if you have an IUD or are interested in getting an IUD and want to learn more about that, leave a comment below. And if I need to put a video together talking about how we steam women with IUDs or problems, majority of the problems my clients state they have from the IUD, just let me know if that's something you ladies are interested in, and we'll talk about that. I'll put something together and we can talk about that. So the next thing, which we've already talked about in at least 2 videos prior to this, that can cause vaginal pH imbalance: sex. We cannot talk about getting off balance without sex, because majority of my clients who come in, they'll say, yes, LaQuinta, I get thrown off every time I have sex. I'm actually working on a product for that right now, so stay tuned. We may have a product coming soon. It's an insertable product you can use after sex, and it'll cleanse you right after sex so that we are likely to keep BV away. But let me know if you're interested in a product like that, and we'll talk more about that, but be on the lookout soon. But as we talked about before, even if you are using condoms, consider changing your condom from, like, if it's latex, change to a lambskin or a non-latex brand. And if you aren't using condoms, we talked about in a previous video about vaginal pH and the flora, and I can have that video right here. So if you want to watch that, you can go back and watch that. And I'll also link that video below in the description section. That semen's alkalinity can alter the vaginal pH. So while the vagina is more acidic, semen is more alkaline, and so it can cause our pH to become off balance depending on how alkaline this particular male partner's semen is. Another thing I want to say about sex is that it's very important to never transition straight from anal sex to vaginal sex or vice versa, and that is good sex protocol, I should say. And if you are going to do that, you should wash in between, or make sure you wipe off very well in between, or just leave that part, anal sex, for the end, because we never want any matter from the anus to get into the vagina, because that can cause a lot of pH imbalances. Also, like we spoke about in the other video, make sure you urinate after sex. It's important to urinate after sex if you are suffering from vaginal imbalances or pH imbalances every time you have sex with this specific partner. Whether you have to or not, understand, as long as you go and sit there for a few minutes, I'm sure some urine will flow, and you'll be able to cleanse out your urethra. The last 2 things I want to talk to you about is, number 1, tight, non-absorbent underwear. I know some women are like, really, LaQuinta, you had to mention that? I have to. Some women just love the cute panties. They love the silk panties or the lace panties. And while they are very cute, they're really not good for our sacred place. We need that breathable cotton underwear. And there's a lot of cotton underwear out there right now that is very cute still, and it's made for our sacred place, ladies. So one of the main things is to make sure you find underwear that is your size. It's not very, very tight, because tight silk underwear traps moisture, and we already talked about in previous videos what moisture does to our sacred place. So make sure to wear some cotton or cotton lined underwear to allow for the air to circulate and keep your genital area nice and dry. So staying away from those nice, cute panties, while they may be cute, is not good for our sacred place. And last but not least, I want to end up by saying one of a major cause of vaginal imbalances or just things not is just poor vaginal hygiene in general. When the genital area isn't kept clean, it just causes bacteria to increase and it makes infections more likely. So washing with an everyday mild soap, we have three options. I don't have my body wash by me, but we have three options here at Her Sacred Place. We have some foam wash, which is it's a wash that basically you just pump. It's just a pump wash. So we have this if you want to use that. We also have our yoni soap, and then we have a lathering yoni wash. So are um if you are not handling your area down there properly, it can just cause vaginal problems. So make sure you just wash at least once a day with a mild, unscented soap, and make sure you rinse thoroughly. Remember to never ever enter any soaps or bath washes or anything into the vagina. It's just to wash your external vulva region. But that's all I have for you on today on everyday things that can just cause vaginal pH imbalances. If you feel like you like this video, definitely, again, give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a question or if in the comment section if you have any. And also if you feel like I missed anything but there's something that you would like me to touch on that you feel like, well, LaQuinta, this happens to me every time, definitely leave it in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Until then, I will see you next Monday. And remember to always take care and embrace your sacred place because we love our wombs over here. All right, ladies, see you next week. Bye.